that tree there. Got most of all the pears gone except for the ones at the very top that I can't get to. We have took sticks and tried to hit them down and everything. We just can't get them. But I'm walking down to pick some pears from Mama and give Daddy some of these canned goods. I guess my cat's going to follow me. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't. I don't want Mama's dogs to get him. But let's take a little walk. There's a little pear tree. All kinds of little pears on it. I don't know what kind of pears they are. See how small they are? You love their sign. All of Mama's little roses. That's a grape arbor down here. And we've got a bunch of fruit trees starting up back there. But Mama's got some beautiful stuff. Beautiful flowers. Look at that. Hi everyone, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. I am still canning pears, and that is what we're going to be doing today, canning these pears. I don't know what kind of pear this is. I got it off of Mama's tree. They bought it saying, with the tag on it, Bartlett pear. But I always thought the Bartlett pears were the big green pears. So this is pretty tiny and red and beigey green. I don't know. But I found a recipe in the canning book that I said is just complicated. And it has a lot of good ingredients, or recipes. Let's say that. It has a lot of good recipes, and it's got a lot of information on canning and different things, you know. It's just, I guess I'm biased to the old book. I like just basic old-time canning recipes. I don't need them all boofed up, you know, like, ooh, add this to it or this seasoning. We don't have it with this seasoning in it. Never mind. I'm being silly, but I found it in this book. I have been looking through this for several days to see if maybe I'm just not looking at it thoroughly, you know. Maybe there's some things in there that are simple, and there is, but it's like a fancy canning book to me. I am not fancy. I mean, I do like my earrings and my makeup stuff, but my nails done sometimes. However, when it comes to cooking and canning, I like to just do the easy way. I do, and it still tastes just as good. And I did find a recipe in here though that I thought, that seems really easy. I'm not a fan of bourbon, but there's enough honey in this recipe that it might make that flavor not so strong. It's called Bourbon Vanilla Seckel Pears. And you don't have to use just the Seckel pears. And this might be a Seckel pear. I'm not sure. It looks, but I've got this. I don't know if I'm allowed to show you that part of the book or not. I don't know. But Bourbon Vanilla Seckel Pears. And it's only 6 ingredients, including the pear. And most of it is just the syrup. It's cutting the pear in half, coring it, heating it up, and canning it. So we're going to try it, even though I've never done it before. I'm going to try this. Come on, let's get this started. And we are making Bourbon Vanilla Seckel Pears. I'm assuming we can make that without the bourbon too. Just if you don't like it, leave it out. But the rest of it sounds pretty good. I'm just washing them really good with this wash rag. I don't have a vegetable brush, but that's okay. And I'm going to go try to take that center out. And I'll set them down here to rinse. But right now I just want to get these washed. I'm going to rinse them and set them aside on this towel for now. With these pears, you'll just cut them in half, like that. And I take a spoon, and I just use my spoon, and I go in and pull the seeds out. I found that that was the easier way. Of course, you know, a little wonky there, but it was an easier way to do it that way for me than it was with a knife or something. And I don't have fancy gadgets, so I go in there and I just make sure that I got all the center out, scraped out, the core, like that. And I have it in water with citric acid in it. But that's what I do. I'm just sort of pouring it out. Like that. I'll do one more. Here, let me do this one. Down the middle. Some of them are still a little bit green, but that's okay. They'll soften up when you cook them. Some people can green ones because they don't go mushy on them. Yeah, that one come out nice. That's a lot better. I've got my jars in here getting hot because I'll be putting hot stuff in it. I have 7 cups of water in here. It's 3.5 cups of water is what you need. So I need 7. And it also calls for a cup of honey. I'm doubling it, so I have 2 cups of honey. It's a lot of honey. I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh. And this is honey that's local and raw honey, which is really nice. I feel like I'm wasting it. No. Hopefully these turn out good. My family loves it. It calls for a 1/2 cup of bourbon. I have 1 full cup here. So 3.5 cups of water, 1 cup of honey, a 1/2 cup of bourbon, and a tablespoon of lemon with 1 vanilla bean. I know that looks nasty. See, that looks nasty. But that's the vanilla bean seeds. I just stuck them in a bowl. That way it's all in there together. It says to put this all in here. Bring this up to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer. And then I'll add my pear halves to it. So I can smell the bourbon. Woo-wee. My family might like it, but my husband and I may not. I don't know. We'll see. Still that's not a sweet smell to me. Okay, it says to add these pears to your syrup. And that's what I'm doing now. Got them in there. The liquid is really not covering them all though. Well, it is now. Just shake it. Got them all covered now. I'll put that lid on there and let it simmer until the pears are heated through. I'm ready to can. So I'm going to do I'm going to do these in quarts. It says pints, but I want to do quart jars because I don't have any more pints. I've canned all my pints, so I want to start getting the quarts out. I'm only going to do 2 at a time. See, funnel, debubbler, those are 2 important things. All right. See how this goes. Hopefully they go into the jars okay. Okay, it's not going to go through the funnel. They don't go into the jar. Oh, they'll go in a jar that way, but they won't go through the funnel. So, no funnel for these. I'm putting my debubbler down, and then I'm letting the pear slide down into the jar. It seems like it works better this way. Which is a good thing. I can place this where I need it. Oop. There. That's all I'm going to put in that jar. So, I will continue to do this and putting my liquid in there. Debubble it. A lot of air came out of that one. Put a little bit more liquid in that one. Just a little bit. Wipe the rim down with my vinegar. Put your lid on, your ring. And then put it back in a canner. I'm going to continue to do this, and then I will process them in the water bath canner. It says 15 minutes for pints, so it's usually 20 or 25. So I'm going to go 20 minutes for the quarts. I pray that that's enough. I think it is. If I'm wrong, I will let you know. So, this is the next morning after doing those brandied pears. Last night, my husband, grandson, and I went and picked the last of the pears on Mama's tree. I got a bucket here and a sink full. And I weighed those, and they're 25 pounds. I think I have the equal amount in the sink. So I think we got an additional 50 pounds off of Mama's tree. But I wanted to talk to you all about something because I'm always honest with my viewers about a lot of things and telling the truths. Last night, I canned these 6 quarts of branded pears, and I think human error. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but 2 of these did not seal. 2 of them didn't. You hear it? These 2 didn't seal. I stuck these in a fridge last night. These 4 did. The only thing that I can think of is these 2 siphoned out in my pot, in my water bath canner. I don't know what I've done wrong. The book says a 1/2 inch headspace, and I'm wondering, instead of a 1/2 inch headspace, if you should actually leave an inch headspace to give a little bit more room in there, because these were closer to the 1 inch mark than these 2 were, and these 4 sealed. So you could take that the way you want to. But these 2 jars, my family's going to eat them. I haven't tasted it. I don't know if I should. I guess I should taste it. Hold on. It's early in the morning here, and it's cold. It's nippy. And I'm a little wonky, but let's taste this and see what it tastes like. Ooh. Being it's not sealed anyway, I don't think it matters. But it was stuck on it. I think it's the sugars. Yeah, the sugars got up under the seal. See? I got one pulled out. I cut it already, but see how it cooked? I can smell the bourbon in it. But I smell a lot of the honey too. Let's see how this goes. Surprisingly, it actually don't taste bad. I can taste the bourbon, but it's so sweet that it's not like overpowering, if that makes sense. It's not bad. I think my family will like this. I really do. My husband may like it. I don't know. Like I said, we're not bourbon fans. We don't do much of whiskeys of anything. So, I think my daughter and her family, even mom and dad, may like this. What do you think of that bourbon pear?
Good.
Has it got real alcohol taste, or is it just sweet?
I don't taste alcohol.
That's good. But it still got that bourbon flavor, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
And you like my homemade pear butter?
Yeah, I like the pear butter real well.
I call that Granny's brown sugar pear butter because it's my recipe, not anybody else's. That's going in the recipe box.
I like it better than I do the pears.
I'm going to process these up and thank the good Lord Jesus and God for providing the tree and having our first harvest off of that tree. We have never gotten a harvest off of that tree until this year. It's been compromised with frost or the deer. So having a nice harvest with a lot of prayer, I am not kidding you, we prayed and prayed. Lord Jesus, let our pear trees get us a good harvest this year. And our trees just provided so much that I want to honor him in making sure that I preserve this food for my family in his name, because he provided it for us. I'm just going to do in simple syrup. I'm going to wash them, rinse them, quarter them, Put them in quart jars with a light, simple syrup. Oh, that's so much talk in there this early in the morning, I tell you. And then I'll be done with pears. I know my video is long, and thank you so much for watching. And I know I have some really good, great subscribers out there that like to watch the content. And of course, Stella is just meowing like a mad cat. Every time I start the video or a film, she's like meow meow or attacking something, or but she just turned a year. And I am blabbering on like no other. God bless each and every one of you. And every night before I go to bed, I pray for each and every one of you too. I do. I pray for my subscribers, that He provides for them. He surrounds them with His love and His heavenly angels, guides them and leads them, and help them in their time of need. That is my prayer for you all at night. So in the next time, I don't know what I'm going to be into, but you'll see me again, as I always say. Hopefully, unless the good Lord comes tonight, you'll see me again.